My dad couldn't make it to see this in person, so this is mostly for him, but also I'm making this as just to for practice, really, to just talk about my work. The five pieces I made between last semester and this semester are called, well, they're under the title In Spite of the Situation. And it's called that because these five pieces sort of they exist as catalysts and physical manifestations of words and phrases that have been said to me that I just think about a lot. My artist statement is not in this presentation. I'll put it in the description. This one is called He Seems Upset. It is really, since due to how I presented and organized my artwork in the gallery, the first piece kind of represents, no, it's, what am I saying? In the bottom left here, this is how it was presented when I made it last semester, when I was still talking and making plans about doing things regarding labor and labor strikes. Context has changed a lot to from, hey, this is a weapon a farmer would use hypothetically to defend their. Hold on. I drew a picture. You know, there's the farmer with the weapon, and here's a attacker or something. What am I doing? Oh my god, why is it so hot in here? I like this imagery of having the rake look like it's being dragged through something. And that's the whole point of why it's called He Seems Upset. It seems upset. It's like me being tired and irritated all the time and walking around and just dragging this wherever I go just to leave a mark that I was here, that I was somewhere. Just this part. I was gonna point at the screen, but you can't see that. This part is about half of my height, comes out to about waist level. And then this stick is, I don't know, 6 feet. It's disjointed and connected with little chain pieces to just give it that weapon-esque energy. And the second one is called Constant Interference. Made this very unstable ladder, super precarious. The people love precarious. If you were to touch it with a little too much force, it would fall over immediately. And at the top here, there are groups of arrows, and they're in groups of threes because I heard in the song that bad things come in threes. But it's making no sense with karma creeping, bad things come in threes, and it weighs on me like a tragedy, but I know there's something there. And I think about that a lot. Next piece is called Going Nowhere. This piece and the ladder, these were originally two pieces. I don't have the picture in here of them both together, but as you can probably imagine, this being on its backside, the ladder, and just whoop, and that was it. But my committee decided that that was not enough. It was not enough. So I beat the crap out of it. That's why it's covered in thousands of puncture marks. I crafted a pickaxe myself and just on all four sides of all four of these planks. And then I covered this in rust. Can I zoom in? I cannot zoom in. Wonderful. This is kind of a catalyst of how I feel about people asking me what are my plans for the future, because I have no idea. I don't think I'm getting anywhere. Next piece. This one is called In Case of Emergency. This one was fun to make. Very experimental on my end since I used a lot of found objects. The cage is made from scratch. I took round stock, used a Bailey roller, bent it, welded it together, bought a bucket from Lowe's, cut it in half, had to level it out on the surface, bought some chain, also from Lowe's. Shout out Lowe's. I frequent there a lot. Cut a little notch in it, hung the cage from that. There's a place in the city called Habitat for Humanity. It's a junkyard inside of a big warehouse. And I can go there and get stuff, get pounds of random junk for $3. It's amazing. I love it there. Great. When I made this piece, I was also still thinking about labor, and I thought, okay, I need to keep doing what I'm doing because I'm the weapons guy, right? So I just make weapons. So I decided I'd make a hammer. I had this impact sprinkler laying around, as one does. I acquired it over a year ago. Been sitting in my room since then. And I thought, I'm gonna make a hammer out of a hose. Because that's cool. As you can see here, there's a shower head. And it's connected to the hose, which goes out the other end. Goes that way. There's a knot in it because why not? It looked too plain without it. Garrett's suggestion, he was on my committee, goes into the hose. And the idea here is that when I feel frustrated and I'm crying and I'm angry, I can use a hammer that sprays water. A hammer to spray my tears. The last one, number 5, it's called Do You Believe Me? It's okay to have some quiet pieces every now and then, as my sculpture professor told me personally. And I thought, yeah. It looks simple, but it took the longest amount of time to put together because I had to carve out. You can kind of see it right here. I had to carve out these channels by hand with a V gouge and a U gouge I borrowed from the printmaking studio. These are panels of sheet metal I polished to 330. Took hours. You can see a hammer piece in the background here. And I took the picture at an angle because I would be in the reflection of the mirror. I don't want to see myself. And that's the point here. It's reflective enough to see yourself, but you can't see all the details because I don't want to see everything all the time. Song lyrics here, I cut vinyl and I took out the lettering and reverse applied vinyl, if that makes sense. Put some steel patina stain, blackened steel and copper sulfate up here to inscribe the lyrics, the spoken outro of the song that I'm about to play, called Soundtrack for an Image by American Road in New Jersey. And that's from an album, from a side project, from an artist I listened to a lot named Roy Blair. And when this album dropped, I had it on repeat towards the beginning of the semester, and something about the atmosphere of the song, the entire album just stuck with me. And I just recently came to the conclusion that it's all about self-acceptance. That's rather poetic. And that's it. It's our pictures of the rest of the crew, the rest of the 10 out of 10 crew, because the show was literally called 10 out of 10. I have no qualms about that. Won't say anything. It's a picture of me in the gallery Friday after I graduated. Here's a picture of the 3 sculpture majors and their professor.